Well, hello YouTube. Welcome to Monday's edition of The Breakfast Club. I'm Got That Funk. Thanks for joining me. I realize that everything going on in the world right now, the subject of this video is going to seem a little bit myopic, but I'm sorry, that's just the way I'm going to roll with this particular one. If you don't already know, our Tuesday host, JJ Talks, has decided to withdraw as a contributor on The Breakfast Club. And she's also suspending her main channel until further notice, possibly forever. She hasn't made up her mind, but I think at the moment she finds YouTube a bit too toxic and not enjoyable, and whatever benefits she was reaping from participating in YouTube and The Breakfast Club, I think were outweighed by the difficulties she encountered in doing so. That's totally her call, and I absolutely respect it. I admire JJ on every level. I think she's incredibly bright, very articulate, and I valued her contributions here on The Breakfast Club immensely. In fact, when I was canvassing for hosts for this incarnation of The Breakfast Club, JJ Talks was the very first person I asked to be a host, and I was elated when she said she would. Sketchy White Dude was the second person that I asked to be a host on The Breakfast Club. And as most of you probably are aware, Sketchy had to withdraw as well. Back in January, his life went into some turmoil, and he's moved twice in the 9 months that I've known him. So you know, he's just not really able to contribute, and that's unfortunate. And of course, the first person from the original cast to exit The Breakfast Club was Jacob Truman. And I miss Jacob an awful lot. Jacob and I go way back on YouTube, and he's someone I've always admired as a person and as a YouTuber. But again, he was just too busy to carry on contributing. And that's because, whether or not it seems like it, having to come up with an interesting topic on the same particular day every week is actually more challenging than it might sound. It doesn't really sound like it's all that difficult. But it can be a little onerous when you're a Breakfast Club contributor, and sometimes you just come up blank and you don't know what you want to talk about, and you're struggling for a topic. And other times as well, you know, life gets in the way, and if you feel that you can't contribute on your particular day and you miss it, you get a guilt complex. I totally understand all that stuff, man, because I was a contributor on the original Breakfast Club that Dev Shell ran, and obviously I've been organizing this channel. Now, where this is all going is, I need a new host for Tuesdays on The Breakfast Club. And rather than call on one of my guest hosts from the parachute list, I would really like to bring in some absolutely fresh blood, probably from outside the community that I normally move within on YouTube. And whilst it's not written in stone, you know, what type of person I'm looking for in terms of their viewpoints, their sex, their gender identity, orientation, any of that stuff doesn't matter to me. None of that stuff really matters to me. I mean, I would like to keep it relatively equal between men and women. At the moment, we have, well, until JJ left, we had 4 guys and 3 women. And I would like to keep it like that because, you know, I think it's important. On the other hand, it's not a make or break consideration. What really is a make or break consideration for me is that the new host that we bring in has an entirely different point of view, a unique way of looking at things. I think that's what Jacob, Sketchy, and JJ all brought to the table. And, you know, to be fair to the people who have taken over for Jacob and Sketchy, that's also been true of them. I mean, Landon took over for Jacob Truman on Wednesdays, and the only thing they really had in common was the fact that they're both British. But in terms of their overall outlook and their style of video making, they're quite different people. And I think Wayne Watley has acquitted himself very well on Fridays, having taken over for Sketchy White Dude, even though they have almost nothing in common except for the fact they're both men. So yeah, I'm looking for someone to contribute who may or may not have a more extreme viewpoint than what we're used to on The Breakfast Club. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit more to the right of the political spectrum or the left. Doesn't matter if they're progressive, pro-feminist, anti-feminist. I don't really give a shit about any of that stuff, but I want someone who's got strong, strident opinions, who's articulate and concise. That's what I'm looking for. Can you, my dear audience, recommend to me someone who you think I probably have never heard of, who might be interested in contributing once a week on The Breakfast Club? Let me know in the comment section down below. I will check out virtually everybody who gets recommended, I'm going to check out their videos, and maybe I'll approach some of them. Maybe I'll keep looking myself. But the Breakfast Club includes its audience as club members, as far as I'm concerned anyways, and that means that I value your input, and this is a time where you might be able to recommend someone to me who you've admired for a long time, and you thought, oh, it's too bad they're not on the Breakfast Club. Who knows, maybe we can get them on. Maybe we can't. We can but try. JJ, if you're watching this video, hon, I wish you all the best in whatever you do, and I am really going to miss you here on the Breakfast Club. Thanks for everything you contributed. I really mean it. You mattered to me personally, and I'm sure a lot of the audience is going to miss you as well. So yeah, get busy suggesting new club members for me, please. And I make absolutely no promises as to whether or not I'm going to definitely pick one that the audience suggests. I'm going to be looking around myself. But what I am going to do is try to be extremely fair-minded about it and make my determination on several factors. Number one, can they contribute regularly on the same day every week? That's a pretty big consideration. And number two, like I say, are they articulate? Are they concise? Do they have strong opinions? Can they disagree amicably? That kind of thing. Those are my main considerations. Everything else is froth, really, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for watching this video, everybody. Until next time, may all your ups and downs be ups.